Next game we're covering here, Kentucky's taking on Tennessee. Kentucky, led by Mark Stoops, is looking for their second conference win. Tennessee is sitting at number 7 in the nation. All is well in Tennessee, coming off of a win against Alabama and now off the bye week. And so another test for the Vols. Do they pass? What are your thoughts here? A lot of things have been hyped in this game. So what are your thoughts on this one?
Do they pass? I that can have two meanings, right? Like, pass in Tennessee hasn't been the strong suit for them this year when it comes to their offense. And I want to talk a little bit about that because I think that there's been still a disconnect offensively on what they can do with their quarterback and receivers coming into this year and looking at this game on calendar. This Kentucky team was looking like one that would threaten that pass game even more. But right now, teams are moving the ball efficiently against Kentucky. We talked about this before we went live here, and Kentucky's defense was super solid, but they've regressed a little bit to this point, and it opens up the door for Tennessee. In the last 3 games, teams are passing 72% completion rate against this Kentucky defense. This is an opportunity for Nico to join that side of the percentage spectrum and not play like he has been. So that's where I think this goes. Do I think they pass? Maybe. Yes. I think that they do, but I think that it's still not pretty yet.
I think when we talk about passing the test, you talked about the passing game for Tennessee. I think the other side of the test is a curve they have when it comes to having this Tennessee defense. That is the curve, right? That'll add 30 points to your test to put you in the A range if you have a D+ game in the passing game. Tennessee is looked okay passing wise. It's kind of been their challenge, and has been a challenge when it comes to this type of situation. But for the defense, I mean, they're allowing less than 25 points a game. They're stopping rushers, and so Kentucky, when it comes to what they offer offensively, I'm seeing comparisons being drawn for Brock Vandagriff to Devin Leary from last year, right? Both okay quarterbacks, not really fully impressing and giving teams something to be worried about. And so that's where I think this Tennessee defense is the curve in this game and will be able to kind of bottle up this passing attack from Kentucky and the rushing attack as well.
Yeah, and the rushing attack is a good thing to bring up too, because when the year started, that was what was keeping Kentucky in games, is that they were able to move the ball on the ground. And if they were stuck in a 3rd and 4 or a 3rd and 5, they could get that on the ground. The rushing attack has looked kind of less than stellar as of late for Kentucky. And the connection's not there from Vandagriff to his receivers, like you might want to see from an SEC quarterback at this point with receivers and that can play. Tennessee's defense, I think, will be just too good. They've pressured a lot of quarterbacks. They've gotten takeaways. I don't see Kentucky moving the ball super effectively at all in this game.
Right. Yeah. And so for the viewer that's a Vols fan, I think really when I'm watching this game, I'm watching what this offense does in this game against what we've seen this Kentucky defense allow, and then what that means for this offense going forward into the playoff race, into the conference championship race. If I was watching as a Kentucky or as a Tennessee Volunteer fan.
Yeah. If you're a Tennessee fan, you want to see Nico hit receivers that are open, because they're going to be out there, and he's going to have passes downfield in this game. Does he hit the guys or not? It's going to look kind of like the Alabama game. There's going to be some free running receivers out there. He didn't hit them then. They won the game because of what the defense was able to do and what the running game brought to the table. But if he can hit those guys, if you're a Tennessee fan, you're looking ahead to the end. You're not looking ahead to the end of the season, but you're looking ahead and you're like, okay, we have an opportunity to make the playoffs.
Yep.
Our offense needs to be getting better. Our defense can't carry us. They can carry us through some games here and there, but do they have enough to take us from in a 12-team playoff to the end?
Right. It's interesting. I mean, even in a 4-team playoff year, you've already beaten Alabama. You're playing Georgia, who's the second best team in the conference. You'd be feeling pretty good. You are literally you write your path to Atlanta. For Kentucky, though, in this preview, what are the keys for Kentucky to have a chance to win this game?
Yeah,
I know we've been leaning heavily on the Tennessee side, but what are the keys for Kentucky, you think?
I think it feels like a Kentucky key to the game that we brought up in week 3 and week 4, and it's getting the ball quickly to receivers and letting them be the ones to make the plays. You have guys who can take off and run. You've seen it in the return game from their wide receivers and what they've been able to do. Find them in space early and let them make the play for you.
Yeah.
I think that will start to bring a little bit of it'll alleviate the pressure coming from the defense at Tennessee trying to get to the quarterback. And you have I like the receivers on Kentucky more than I like Vandegrift if I'm in a tight spot.
Yeah. I mean, hey, look, let 7 get you 6, right?
Oh,
Get Barry and Brown the ball. Let 6 get you 6. Get Dane Key the ball, right? We've been talking about it. It's not like it's anything crazy. It's just if you can't get it done down the field with passes over 10 yards, jet sweeps, quick rushing plays, screens, make this Tennessee defense have to stop every single play. Have them running side to side on the field, right? Like play the hashes. That's probably to me one of the big keys to piggyback off your point. And let 7 get you 6. I mean, he's got 5 touchdowns in the year, I think. And Dane Key's been looking solid when he does get the ball. It's sparingly. That's just not a formula for winning games, but that's the key for you in this game. I would agree with you there. If you can continue to build on some of the struggles that we've seen from the passing game on Tennessee, you're in a better spot. Am I expecting Kentucky's offense to wow us offensively and hop up 14 zip or 17 zip? No. I think I'd be a fool if I said that, though. I just haven't seen it this season. So, yeah. But if they can, like you said, get the ball quickly to those guys, Dane Key, Barry and Brown, speedsters, they're in a much better spot to have a chance to win this game.
Yeah. And looking at the spread in this game, for those out there putting together some bets, Tennessee is 16-point favorites in this one. The over-under is 45.5. I want to say Tennessee hasn't won by 16 since week 3. They haven't actually won by more than 10 since then. So this game will be defensive. I don't think there's going to be a lot of scoring. I think, bet with caution if you think Tennessee is going to put up big numbers against this one. Kentucky's defense, like I said, has not been performing to standard as of late, but they have it in them. They do have it in them to get to the quarterback. They're 26th in the country over the last 3 games in sacks per game. It's not a stellar stat, but they are getting to the quarterback. So I like Tennessee here. I wouldn't take them to cover because of the offense, but I like them 24-10.
Okay. I like it. I like Tennessee here 30-14. So
okay.
I think it's a push, right? 16.
Yeah. You're on.
Yeah. So should be a good one. Another big touch for the Vols, and it's gonna be in Knoxville. So Rocky Top Nation.